This is going to be really fast. So we did a study. We looked at 25,000 inquiries from family influencers, and we found that of that, 73% of independent living residents basically said that their adult children had an influence on their decision. We found that the adult child was really trying to manage this process and influence this process from usually a disparate location. So they could be in California and their parents could be basically in Connecticut or right here. What we found is that the problems that adult children have with talking to their parents are basically they don't know how to start the conversation. They receive really strong resistance at first. When they do talk to their parents, what they found is what was most important were the services that were provided by communities, cleanliness, price, amenities. The religious affiliation was actually one of the less influencers. So what we did was we talked to about, basically we approached them and educate them on how to talk to their parents, how to motivate them into making this decision. So what we did was we looked at our inquiries in our database over 8 years, with 160 clients in 8 states, and we found that of all of those leads, about 50% of those leads that were generated by our clients were the adult children. We looked at basically 18,000 inquiries. We listened to 1,000 phone calls of the adult children that were calling to communities, and we looked at about 17,000 form inquiries, and this is what we found. We found that basically there's 3 different types of adult children that are looking to help influence this decision that basically were very easily categorized into what they were looking for. We basically named these 3 different types or these archetypes, and one of them was the adult child who was calling, who typically didn't understand what a CCRC was. They were very confused, misinformed, skeptical. Then we found the next one was the unequipped adult child, which had some basic understanding of what a CCRC is, but they really didn't know how to approach it. They were unsure of the next steps. They did do a lot of research. Typically, they did a lot of research online. And then we found that the last one, which we call the alpha influencer, which really did a ton of research. They understood what a CCRC was. They were self-learners. They typically would ask for professional advice, and they really became experts. What we also find is when you're marketing to an adult child, which is really tough, the way that they find a community is online typically. So really they're finding you. You're not actually going out there and looking for them. Here you'll see an actual graph of where those adult children would look. And obviously you could see for the most part it was websites, Google, and there was some direct mail. So what we found is when adult children really want to learn about retirement options, 9 out of 10 of them go to the internet, just like they do everything else. You know, if you're looking for a vacation, if you're looking for travel, where do we all go? We all go online. And where they go is typically Google, Bing, some of the larger directories like retirementhomes.com, care.com, Yelp, A Place for Mom. They also use social media. Here are some of the social media outlets that they tend to use when they're doing their due diligence, learning about CCRCs, learning about their options. What we found is that actually typically, before they even go to anybody, whether it's friends, family, they typically go online and look for other people who are having similar experiences with their parents. So, and here's typically where they're going. So they're finding support groups online, and they're doing this even before other social kind of supports like your church, professionals, friends and family. And what they're doing online is they're trying to figure out what their options are. They're trying to understand how to make decisions. They're trying to find information to influence those decisions. So to really sum it up, we found that the adult child is really important in that decision-making process. They need to be able to find you. They need to be educated. We need to give them the tools. and obviously we need to get them on campus with their parents. Those are the 5.